G'day guys, Simon and Levi here from Three Dragons Sports Bar in Hoi An, bringing you the NRL tips for round number 7.
Yep. A bit later than usual this week, but means we got the full team list available to us when we make our predictions, so that might help a bit. After last week's mediocre showing with our tips, I would say.
Mediocre.
I mean, 4 out of 8.
Yeah.
I think both of us. So, you win some, you lose some. But it's been a tough competition to pick, and definitely the Thursday night game this round. Not an easy one. We got the Roosters at home to the Storm.
Yeah, well, I mean, both these teams coming off quite unconvincing wins. End of the game, got it done. Both teams, Roosters and Storm, against the Knights and the Bulldogs, who are playing each other as well. So it's a really interesting little matchup now. Up in Sydney, tough one.
Yeah, I mean,
Teddy's back to the Roosters, pushing Manu out of fullback, which might work against them. Hopes up against Tupou will be a great matchup.
It should be a cracking game, that one. I think it's going to be a close one, but I think the Storm just find ways to win this year, even though they're not always like that convincing. But they just find ways to win somehow, and I reckon I fancy them to get up in a close one.
Yeah, look, I think if you're going to beat the Storm, it's going to be around the outside. It's tough to beat them through the middle. The Roosters are a bit more of a middle team. I'm not sure if the Roosters have got the speed on the outside, really to worry.
Especially without Dom Young there.
Yeah, that's a big, that's a big difference there, with the speed around the outside. So, on Sunday night, I did enter my tip as the Storm, but I don't know.
It's a tricky one. I think I'll go Storm, but wouldn't blame you for going Roosters in that one. I think.
I think I'm going to tip the Roosters.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, Roosters.
And Friday night footy, the first game, we got the Dragons against the Warriors.
Yeah, another really tough game, I suppose. The Warriors, you think should win it. They've got an amazing looking team, but they run high risk football, and when it works, it works really well for them. But the Dragons have been solid, and I think this game might be down in Illawarra, down in the Gong. I've got to tip the Warriors, but this could be an upset.
Yeah, I don't really trust the Dragons yet. One week they look really good, the next week they look absolutely miserable again. They're so up and down.
Yeah, Zach Lomax into centres. Whether that goes against them, because he's been amazing on the wing.
He's been really good on the wing.
So look, down at Wollongong there, the Dragons really turn up, and they like playing down there. So it's going to be a tough game. But I'm going to tip the Warriors.
Yeah, I think the Warriors they're sneakily, despite results, they're probably one of the best teams in the comp. They just haven't quite gotten the results.
Yeah.
I think
that's that high risk sort of style that they play.
Yeah,
when
they're
hot, they're hot.
They're pretty exciting to watch. I like where they're going, and I reckon that they'll have a good crack at it this year.
Right.
And second game on the Friday, we got the Eels at home to the Dolphins.
Dolphins. Eels back into the winning circle. They're a little bit more settled. Definitely like Bryce Cartwright and Sean Lane there as their second rowers. When they're both sort of working well together, they're pretty tough to beat. Dolphins, a lot of injuries.
Yeah, I mean, for them, Cartwright was a massive in because that allowed them to go back to their initial bench rotation with Madison off the bench, who brings a lot of impact. Junior Paul off the bench, which is,
I think he might be starting this game. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think he does his best work off the bench. Yeah. He's so damaging off the bench, and he gets to go up against the third, the fourth, the fifth best front rower of the other team, fresh off the bench, and he just dominates. Like, I think the Eels are going to win this one handily. I think the Dolphins, once again, they're just lacking that bit of depth.
Without Hammer there at fullback is going to be massive. You know, like I think they've got Cody there, but man, I don't know. Like,
it's
Avarillo might have gone back to fullback.
No, Avarillo's named in the centres. They named
that young guy.
They named the young kid on his second game of NRL, so second game of first grade. So yeah, tough one. I think the Eels are gonna potentially put a number on them.
I would agree with that one.
Then Saturday, Penrith against the Tigers.
Yeah, I think this is another one where Tigers are just showing some signs. They've got that young kid back at fullback. At 5'8". Galvin. So that'll help them. But I think the Panthers are way too strong for this one.
Oh yeah, and I think I might have a bit of a break of tipping the Tigers. Hasn't really served me well. I think I might have overestimated them a bit on the back end of a couple of good performances, and now they're kind of back down to earth. And I might not. They'll get a few wins here and there, definitely.
But they've been putting in big efforts. I think Bateman is a massive out. So I think if Bateman's back, that'll help out. You know, massively. But we'll see. And then Seagulls going up to the Gold Coast and up against the Titans.
Yeah,
can't beat the Titans, can you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they had a good crack last week. They showed some signs. They showed a bit of guts and a bit of fight. I mean, they're probably still going to lose because Manly's just too good. And Saab's back for Manly as well, so that'll be massive in. And Brown's back on the bench as well. So, yeah, I think Manly...
Schuster is Schuster name?
No, he's not. No, he's...
Someone else is coming to second row there for Vojovic. Okay, Seagulls.
Yeah.
Seagulls.
And then to finish it off, that one...
on the Saturday there, Broncos at home to the Raiders. Oh, this is juicy.
This is massive. This is...
These are two teams that are very fast. They've got a lot of speed on the outside, on the edges, and they're playing. They're playing to the rules this year. The interpretations, like the quick play of the Bulls, and that's how they. This is going to be a fast game. I expect quite a few errors. It might be, I think a lot of points in this. Now, there'll be some periods there where it's quite tight, but then, I don't know, it's these two teams, very, very, nice to watch teams.
For sure, yeah. At home, I think Broncos, but I'm tempted to go with sneaky Raiders upset up there. But I think
I'm tipping the Broncos. Go Broncos up there at home. But this is going to be tough.
I mean, the Broncos against the Dolphins. Given the Dolphins are a bit undermanned and whatnot, but the Broncos look like they've finally kind of got their defense sorted. Their defense looked amazing at stretches, and I think that's going to be the key because they can score at will pretty much. If they can hold the other team out, then they're going to run away with games easily.
Yeah, I think if the Broncos can contain Tapani and Papali, then I think that's going to be kind of key. And then there's plenty of points in this game.
Oh yeah, that one I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a good one.
And then first game on Sunday, Dogs at home to the Knights.
Yeah, that one.
So these two teams, they're sitting, both on 2 wins, down near the bottom there.
But they're both good teams.
And they both should have won probably last weekend. And sort of like only just lost. So this is a tough one to tip, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with the Bulldogs at home. I'm not very confident in it, given that the Knights absolutely destroyed us last season with 66-0. But we're a different team. We're a different team this year. We're not going to leak tries like that. And I think the Knights, yet again, they're just relying too much on Ponga to get everything done.
If like at the beginning of the game and at the end of the last game, Ponga was amazing, but he kind of was injured through that middle part, and
they just dropped off.
And weren't there. So so reliant on Ponga that the Dogs know that, and you've got to got to keep him. You know, everyone says it every week, and it's so hard to do. But contain Ponga and
and I think also like if you look at the game against the Storm, we dominated field position for a good part of that game, and like everybody's talking about our pack being undersized and whatnot, but they're playing some footy, and we actually and Kikau is insane. Like I mean, he's trying for like Daily M at the moment, the way he's going. And I mean, we named Connor Tracy at fullback, which I'm really happy with. He had a really good game last week, so it'd be good to see him have another crack at the
I
number
think
one.
a bit of a settled back line at the moment. I like it.
It's looking solid, and
that's the team that I kind of predicted. Back line at the beginning of the year.
It's going to be the one is going to be number 7. Like I think Hutchinson, we got the bye after this, so Hutchinson is solid, but
he's not the future.
No, and the problem is he, in a way, like if we had a more dynamic 7 against Storm, we probably would have scored once or twice there because he misses a few overlaps where he decides to come back in and run.
You got Sexton, but then you got
Blake.
I actually really liked Blake when he played there for the Rabbitohs before he shifted to the fullback. He's quick and very darty and
he could be interesting. And I mean, Hutchinson is solid and he puts in effort, but he's kind of a Tyson Gamble style of player where he's quite limited in what he can do.
Okay, so I think we both tipped the Dogs in this one.
All right? I'm going Dogs.
Going on to the last game of the round, Sharks at home to the Cows.
It got to be Sharks. Like the Cows, I don't know what's going on.
They're still in the top 4.
They're still in the top 4,
but I think that they could. I don't know. They're a bit pretty hot and cold.
They can't defend.
Yeah,
they can't defend for shit. Like they're just getting
Sharks at home.
Yeah, Sharks at home. Like it's. I mean, God knows the Cowboys might turn up again, but yeah, I don't trust.
Okay, well, there's our tips.
Yeah.
Good luck with yours.
Yeah, let us know down in the comments below what you're tipping or what your thoughts are on the round. And as always, subscribe and like, helps us out a ton, and we'll see you next week.